It's time for the news update at dawn on African Free Press Television. My name is Arit A. Fanga. United Nations Country Representative Mr. Dauda Taure has said that Nigeria has the highest number of internally displaced persons in the world, numbering about 1.5 million. In a message yesterday in Abuja to commemorate the 2015 World Humanitarian Day organized by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Taure stated that a foremost challenge for IDPs was lack of access to them, as most of them are not in camps but in host communities. While commending NEMA for the work it has been doing, he however stated that there is need to increase response to crisis within the country and for more resources to be made available to improve alertness in the areas of education and health care. The Nigerian Embassy in Delhi, India, has written to the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs to see the two Nigerians who were arrested in Punjab recently on their way to Pakistan, allegedly to join the Islamic State terrorist group. The two youths from Kano State, identified as Imran Kabir and Sani Jamilu, are currently being detained by the Punjab police in India. The Indian police had arrested the two youths on suspicions that they were on their way to join IS and attempted to enter Pakistan without valid travel documents. The suspects, who live in New Delhi, came to India on student visas about a year ago. Renowned law scholar and leader of concerned Igbo leaders of thought, Professor Ben Nwabweze, has criticized President Muhammadu Buhari for delaying the appointment of ministers into his cabinet. The senior advocate of Nigeria described Buhari's refusal to appoint ministers over 80 days after taking office as a reflection of Buhari's military personality. He said this is why former President Olusegun Obasanjo, also a former soldier, failed to appoint ministers on his time as well. He stated that the country's constitution does not allow the president to govern the country for more than 2 months without ministers. Vice Chairman Southwest Zone of the Agricultural and Allied Employees Union of Nigeria, Blessing Oladele, has asked the federal government to heed the warning given by Nigeria Meteorological Agency that the country may face food scarcity due to low rainfall in 2015. Speaking in Ado-Ekiti on Wednesday, Oladele said the low rainfall experienced in the southwest and north, known to be the agricultural zones, called for serious concern. He said his union will soon map out strategies on how to partner governors in the southwest to diversify the economy and improve farming, especially the stomach infrastructure policy of Governor Ayodele Fayose. Troops of the 26th Task Force Brigade of 7th Division Nigerian Army in Gwazo, Borno State yesterday engaged Boko Haram fanatics fleeing Sambisa Forest following the airborne offensive by the Nigerian Air Force. In a statement signed by Director of Army Public Relations Colonel Sani Usman, the military decisively dealt with the fleeing extremists in 7 pickup vans and motorcycles mounted with assorted weapons such as rocket-propelled grenades and anti-aircraft guns, an attack which led to the death of many of the insurgents. Members of the National Assembly have expressed anxiety that in declaring the appointment of a new executive management team for the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, President Muhammadu Buhari may have disregarded the constitutional condition of seeking the Senate's confirmation for his nominees before they can become functional appointees. The president was also expected to have consulted with the Federal Ministry of Finance and Central Bank of Nigeria, which by virtue of their ownership of 50% each in AMCON are legally obligated to recommend the executive management team and forward the endorsement to the president. The president on Tuesday approved the dissolution of AMCON's executive management team and concurrently approved the reformation of a new management team for the corporation. With the announcement, Mr. Mustapha Chike-Obi, pioneer managing director of AMCON, was immediately replaced by Ahmed Lawal Koro. In addition, 3 new executive directors were also appointed. South Africa's Ministry of Justice has suspended the decision to release Oscar Pistorius from prison tomorrow. It says the move to release the athlete after serving 10 months of his 5-year sentence was taken prematurely and with no legal basis. The decision has now been sent back to the parole board for review. Pistorius was convicted of manslaughter last year for shooting dead his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, whom he insists was mistaken for an intruder. The decision was taken after a petition to the ministry by the Progressive Women's Movement of South Africa, which includes the African National Congress Women's League, part of the governing party. It also describes the athlete's early release as outrageous and an insult to victims of abuse. Members of the United Nations peacekeeping mission in Central African Republic have been accused of sexually abusing 3 young females, including a minor. The latest allegations follows the sacking last week of UN Central African Republic envoy during multiple allegations of sexual abuse by peacekeepers. Violence in Central African Republic escalated in March 2013 when mainly Muslim rebels seized power and the country descended into ethnic and religious violence, with tens of thousands of people fleeing their homes. Thai government has said that Monday's bombing in Thailand was unlikely to have been the work of an international terror group. Colonel Win Taisuveri, spokesman for the ruling military junta, said this was initial conclusion reached by the investigators. The attack on Erawan Shrine in central Bangkok on Monday evening killed 20 people and injured many. A reward of 1 million baht, equivalent of $28,000, has been offered for information leading to the main suspect's arrest, even though it is suspected that these men may have fled the country. A state security building in northern Cairo was hit by a car bomb in the early hours of today. 6 policemen were said to have been injured by the explosion in the northern Shubra district of the city, with no death recorded. There have been several bomb attacks by Islamist militants in Cairo this year. Militants based in northern Sinai, affiliated with the Islamic State, have been behind many of the recent bomb attacks in Cairo. The Egyptian security forces have been the main focus of the bombing, but no one has yet claimed responsibility for today's attack on the capital. For more news, please visit www.africanfreepress.com. Remember to like African Free Press on Facebook and follow at African Free Press on Twitter. My name is Arit Efanga. Good morning, Africa.